Okay.
It'll be a lot closer than it gets.
Okay.
Matthew 24. Matthew 24. And it's been a little while, but I just want to go back to what we had started, where we got here, and read those questions that I asked several weeks ago, to kind of, I guess, get it back to our mind on what we've been studying. How does the devil attack? What is the one thing the devil wants to destroy? What is a covenant? And we went on a little further there. We talked about the gap. And then we talked about if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, and don't fear the wrong thing. Or in other words, letting our fear control what we do, or it takes control of us. And we know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and we know that to show the Lord reverence, but there's a lot of things that the devil can put in our way or put in front of us, and to get us to fear, to consume us, or to get us off path, get us off track. It happens. Whether it's the weather or something medical or something come on us financially or what, but all of these things are distractions to divert what we have on our mind and put something else on our mind to get us distracted. The world's full of distractions. So this morning we'll go to Matthew 24. Nothing new. I'm sure y'all probably heard preachers preach on this chapter thousands of times. This is talking about the end times and knowing what's to come. And it wasn't too long ago, I guess. We even looked at this in Sunday school a year or so ago, I guess. But we'll look at it again this morning. Easter is upon us. We know that He is risen, so therefore He must be coming back. And we don't have an exact date, and even last Sunday we talked about even the angels in heaven don't know when His return is. Jesus Himself doesn't know when the day will be. But we can see by what the Lord has given us. This is mainly Jesus speaking through this whole chapter, except for probably 3 or 4 verses. But everything else is Him. And we can see a timeline and see what's to come. That way we're not surprised. You don't have to be surprised on that day. You can tell that it's coming. So we'll start off chapter 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and His disciples came to Him for to show Him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as He sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto Him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? Notice here, as the disciples are speaking unto Him, they said, And what shall be the sign? Singular. Right? What shall be the sign? They're looking for one sign that says, hey, what is this? Or this is when it's going to happen. Looking for a sign. So they said, of thy coming and of the end of the world. Now they're speaking to Him here in just casual conversation. Tell us when the end in thy coming, but yet when all that breaks out when they take Jesus, here they're talking about His coming, when He returns, when the end of the world is going to take place. But when chaos breaks out, the disciples, these same disciples that's casually talking about His returning, but first to return He had to die and rise, and then He would be returning, right? So it says, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? It's almost like they understood what Jesus had been saying, or what Jesus about his return, and he was dying, he laid in his life. It's almost like when you're coming to take us, right? Tell us what the sign is. The sign is. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. That was the first answer Jesus gave to them. Take heed that no man deceive you. People's being deceived every day. Not just, you look at me funny, but this religious movement, the false doctrine, the false interpretation of what a Christian is people's being deceived daily. People buying into this new way, the easy way. You can just look at and just life itself. Everybody's looking for an easy way out.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the easy way. So no doubt with this new so-called religion and the way God looks at things would be easy to persuade somebody because it's easy. It's just a golden ticket. Okay, I'll repeat after you and I'm going to heaven. It's an easy way. Now, I'm not to say that living right for the Lord is hard, but the other way is a lot. It's a way to still please, and I think Brother Jesse told me that when we was talking the other night. It's a way to please the flesh and give your soul comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say this and get the wrong impression, but there's battles against your soul and your flesh that are hard. Maybe I'm the only one, but there's things that take place in your life, takes place in my life, takes place on a weekly basis that your flesh wants to react in a certain way, and you have a battle on your hands against you and yourself, your soul and your body. The easy way is saying, I'm going to heaven because this person said I was. I repeated what was on the paper, and I don't have to battle myself daily. I can do whatever I want to do. That's easy. The Lord is our help. I'm not saying that it's hard, but the battles that we have inside of ourselves, in our mind, it gets tough. It gets tiresome. Your flesh constantly wants to act out. And if it's not, then maybe it always is. If you're trying and you're on your way serving the Lord and you don't run across battles against your flesh, we ain't trying hard enough. Because your flesh will always try to return to what it is. And it's filthy. It's filthy. People will try to push you. The devil will put things in front of you to cause your flesh to overcome what's in here. That's the traps. That's the snares. That's the disturbance. That's the stumbling block. That's how the devil attacks you, is to cause you to go against the Spirit and act out in the flesh. Therefore, what happens? You've messed up. You've messed up. So here it says, Jesus said, and Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. That is very important. That is very important. There's also in the Bible, I can't quote exactly or where it is, but it talks about trust no man. I love you to death, but there might come a day that you might let me down. There might come a day that I might let y'all down. Now, that doesn't mean you don't love them. That doesn't mean that you don't they're still your brother or sister. But man fails. So when we put so much, people says all the time, well, I got hurt at that church. Why? Why sometimes? I believe they put too much faith in somebody and somebody might let them down and they drop out and they say, I'm done with it. Listen, Jesus Christ was the only perfect one to walk this earth. If there was somebody else that could do it, they might have been the one that done it. But it was Him that died upon the cross. He was the perfect sacrifice. You and I, you ever have a bad day? Is there some days in your life that you're more acceptable to certain things than others? Sure they are. Sure they are. There's days that you might be able to take something a little bit easier than you could on certain days. Some days your fuse might just be a little shorter than others. Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah.
You got to pray about it, Lord. You're going to have to help me. Help, and then Lord will help you. But there's some days that might just be, you might just be a little edgy than other days. Right? So here it says, and Jesus answered and said, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. It's already taken place. There's already people come. Oh, this is the Messiah. Drink the Kool-Aid. Yada, yada, yada. Deceive many people. Not only will they come or acting like Christ, but acting like they're a worker of Christ. Or a preacher, a prophet, someone coming and throw out these crazy ideas and get these huge followings and these huge cults, and they turn the people. We was watching a documentary. I'm not big on that. These documentaries and stuff. My wife was watching, but this church and they got these people in and they just started brainwashing the people, until they had this big cult following, and they interviewed one of them that was able to get out before everything got crazy, and they said he didn't even know it was happening. They build it up, and you can put all this faith and trust into the people and the leaders. They just start holding you, being their little soldier for the wrong thing. But at the time, it seemed right. They'll slide God in there, dress it up like church. You think everything's all right. I believe it was Jesse last Sunday, talking about or maybe it was Brother Chris, I can't remember, talking about he don't even care, the devil don't care if you come to church.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, the devil's in church.
Yeah.
So it says, and shall deceive many, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled. My whole life. I was born in 1989. You had the early war, was it the first desert storm in the early 90s? I mean, it's just 2000, the Iraqi freedom, 9/11. You had all these things. We're back in war now. It's a continuing cycle. There's been war since the beginning of time. Battles, fighting, wars. But it says, and see that you not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Got an alert on my phone from the Weather Channel, I think. The other day, Friday. I think it was Friday, Thursday or Friday. And there was a 7.5 magnitude earthquake that hit off the coast of some Pacific islands out somewhere. And it was just, I don't know if they'd even seen, they got things where they can pick up activity, just something random that happened at 7.5. And it said, but there's no tsunami to follow, but earthquakes. It's nothing new, right? But there's been earthquakes for a long time. We've got records and records and records of earthquakes. This is out in the middle of the ocean that there was an earthquake that took place, and this was Friday. We're in the middle of a war now, and it seems like it might escalate and escalate, and everybody's wanting to jump in and be in the war, and we're going to all these things and all these plots you hear. And I read a thing the other day, it popped up on my phone about Russia wanting to get in. I just read just the headline really, and then the other morning, maybe it was this morning or yesterday morning, they had one that said North Korea says they have a missile now that can reach from their country to strike the mainland of the U.S. What is these things? What are these things? Why does these things? Number one, smartphones too smart. Number one, but all these headlines and all this stuff, it's distraction. Mm-hmm. It's distraction. It's to get you troubled. It's to get you troubled. 2020, COVID-19 caused damage. Caused damage. I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about to the church. It more or less to me, it's like a test run of just how much we will listen, how much we'll abide by what they say. Single fall now, toe to heel, follow suit. I don't know. I've had it twice. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying it's nothing to worry about. It is. But I don't believe it was the magnitude or whatever they said. I believe that was something that caused to try to separate the church, to try to thin it out, weed out whoever, and cause havoc on the church world. That's what I believe it was. But that's neither here nor there. But it says earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow. This has been earthquakes and these things that's been spoken of here there's record of it. It's happened and it's happened and it's happened. And I mentioned this maybe last Sunday too. Brother Jesse preached the message. It's just going to continue. So all these things have happened, and we have record of it. We can see throughout history. We can even go back and see what the temperature was on this day years ago, and we can see, well, today we might set a record. It's never been this warm, or it's never been this cold. It's never been, all these things we've kept track of. So all these things has taken place for a long time, and it gets in our minds. That's just another earthquake. Oh, that's just another rumor of a war. That's always been going on, right? Let's go a little further. These are the beginning of sorrows, and then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Now I want to stop right there for just a second. I want to look at this and maybe use Brother Jesse here for a little help. Who's Jesus talking to here? I know it's in the Bible, it's for Solomon. Who is Jesus speaking to right here, right now? Let's go back. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Okay? He's sitting up there, he's having a conversation between him and his disciples. Now, who are these disciples?
Follower of Christ.
Okay. What type of people are they? You say, oh, they're followers. Yeah, you're right, but
Saved.
saved. But his inner 12. Let's think about his inner 12 disciples. Are they Jewish? Of the Jew, they're from Israel. They're Jewish people. Now listen, I'm going to read this one more time. He said, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations, my name's sake. Now, followers of Christ are Christians. Or Christian people. But let's think back, not too long ago, there was an event that happened that also was a huge war. The Holocaust. And here at Whitwell Middle School, when I was in middle school, the paperclip thing was just getting started. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it grew and it grew and it grew. Do you know how many Jewish people was killed during the Holocaust? Millions. Millions. Right now, the Christian people's being blamed for what's going on. When Donald Trump was elected, it was all the Christians' fault. The church is the one that voted. And it's always been something towards the religious over there right now. Israel versus Palestine, Iran, all this stuff. There's been nothing but war and battling and fighting over this little piece of property. Now, it's a holy place. But it's battle after battle. The amount of blood that soil has seen, the hatred that people have towards the Jewish people, the hatred they have towards Christianity. Jesus tells us here, he says, and they shall hate and be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. We've seen this. It's nothing new, right? It's nothing new. We have record of it. We can see these things, and it's still going on today. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. We see it. We've seen it. It's nothing new. Iniquity and sin, and they love it. The world loves it. They don't love one another. They love themselves. They love the fact of pleasuring themselves or pleasing themselves or whatever it is that makes them happy. They could care less if it hurts or offends anybody else, or if it causes heartache or trouble, or if it even kills somebody. As long as it pleases them, that's all they care about. So it's and that's not new. Iniquity's not new. We'll look at that here in a minute. But these things are not new. It's not something that's just happened. It's been happening. It's happened for years upon years and upon years. It's nothing new. And it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. I use that reference. If you never cross the finish line, you never finish. I'm going to read this verse one more time. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You can be saved all your life and backslide at the very end and not cross. You're not saved from the wrath of God. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You've got to get across the line to escape. And Jesus says this right after he said, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that, what is he saying here? If you go back a little further, he talks about deceiving many. You shall be hated for his name's sake. These are the beginning of sorrows. All these things are taking place. And he's saying this, but he that shall endure unto the end, he's saying, don't quit when it gets tough. Mm-hmm. You've got to finish. All these things has taken place. All these things will take place. But you got to finish. To be such. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Church, you can be in Tokyo, Japan right now, and pull up something, and you can watch your dog at a dog kennel from your phone. We've got missionaries everywhere. Mm. We've got technology. I mean, there's so much technology. I don't even know how much technology there is out there, but I know there's a lot. There's ways, there's things. And it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of the desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Wonder why Jesus is using these examples. If you're on the roof, don't come down. If you're in the field, don't leave. Why would he use? I just want us to think for just a second. I'll read it one more time. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him that which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Because it's so close, you don't want to miss it. Right? Everybody's just looking at this one. Don't flee it. Don't go down to take anything out of your house. Don't leave the field. We go a little further. Everybody's just looking at it. We can, and woe unto them that are with child, to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as not since the world began, beginning of the world, at this time, no, nor ever shall be. We're seeing things right now with all of this medical advancement, all this technology, that's probably been tried. I mean, I'm not a history guy, but I'm sure with all the evil and the wickedness and all the stuff that was taking place, and we'll go over to Genesis here in just a minute. Things that's taking place now has probably been tried, but now it's done on a daily basis. Look at sex changes, all these other things that they do on a normal basis. It don't even matter. Oh, okay, you was a guy, now you're a girl. Okay, you're a girl, now you're a guy. Okay, cool. Everybody's fine with it. Mm-hmm. Seems that way. I mean, the world is. I'm not, but the world is. I'm not saying that it's never been done. It's probably been tried. They used to do a lot of crazy things, but now it's a more or less a common thing. Oh, you want to? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can do that for you. I mean, do it like, oh, your car's a white car. Okay, you want to paint it green? Okay, we'll change the color of it. I mean, that's how we look at it. Oh, you don't like that you're making all these things that go on, the iniquity, the evil that we do is just like, and they embrace the world, and the time that we live, just embrace it. Oh, just love everything. You're supposed to love everybody. God loves everybody, but I don't believe you are supposed to stand for everything. You cannot go along with it. You can't. Neither let him, let me go a little further. And except in those days, I'm going to go back to 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Now I want us to run over to Genesis there. Flip over to Genesis chapter 6. And I just want to enlighten us on something and look at something here. And I know you say, well, everybody knows chapter 24 is looking back to the end time. But I don't want us to get complacent. I don't want us to be lulled to sleep. And I don't want us to be rocked to sleep. Because these things has taken place year upon year. Earthquakes are nothing new. Wars are nothing new. These things, but I believe they use that. The devil uses that as something to put ourselves to sleep, put the blinders over our eyes, and say, hey, it's just another war. Oh, don't worry about it, Brother Dole. There's always been wars. Oh, the news reported there was an earthquake out in the Pacific. There's always been earthquakes. Don't you worry about nothing. Jesse done this the other night. Right. Oh, it's always happened. Nothing new. Oh, people's always had problems with anything to do with the Lord. That's normal. Chapter 6, book of Genesis. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw that daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. The Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, and same become mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And he repented, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Evil continued. Bible says here, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Because of what was taking place. I'll go a little further. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I've created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. This is God speaking. It repenteth me that he even made creation. He was so troubled in his own heart that he even created creation. I want you to think of the magnitude of what sin does. That God would create us in His image, provide everything we need, put us in a perfect place. Adam and Eve was in a perfect place. Give us everything we need, loved us. And the sin and the iniquity was so great that He said, it repenteth me that I've even made it. He says that I've made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Josphat. And the earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, rooms shall, and he goes on to describe the dimensions and how the ark should be built, and we don't have time to get onto that, but I want you to know, and I'd asked this question a year or so ago, how much worse was it then than it is now? If it was such a burden to God to look down and see what was taking place then, wonder what He sees when He looks down now. Wonder what He feels in His heart when He looks down and sees what's taking place. These things have been continual, we'll flip back, earthquakes, all these things, the rumors of wars, all these things has been going on for a long time. The evil, the iniquity, the sin, the killing and the hatred of His people, this has been taking place years upon years upon years upon years. But He says, let's flip back over here, 24. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached. And I went back to 14. And all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. How close are we, really? Can I ask you again? How close are we really? We don't have time to be distracted. And I guarantee you, if I was to come sit beside you and say, has there been something try to deter you this week? Has something come against you this week? Has something tried to get you? Has the devil put something in front of you? Has your flesh been trying to get you to stumble this week? We'd all say yes. Have you noticed? It's almost like the temptation of your flesh, the battle with your flesh has been turned up just a little bit. Every year, it seems like your flesh wars against your spirit a little harder, a little harder. Does anybody else say that way? Does anybody else feel that way? Why? Why? Because every day that you live is a day closer to His return. Every day that we're given is a day closer to His return. If you ain't ready, if you get ready, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Why? Because when it happens, it's going to happen. Let me go a little further. And then shall appear the signs of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and with great glory. And He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together His elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these signs, or these things, know that it is near, even at the door. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. I'll ask you this. You say, oh, we've got time. We got a little bit of time. You know, the Bible says here, all these things must come to pass. Can I tell you they have? Can I tell you they have? Oh, Jesus, this is Jesus. This is the Messiah. That's happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened.
Mm-hmm.
These things have happened. We don't have time. I want, and myself too, you get stuck in a routine. And I'm not, now maybe the Lord's opening my eyes. Maybe this is just for me, but you get busy and you forget. Not that you forget, but you lose the accountability. You lose the sight of how dire it is that we're this close, because you get so busy, so wrapped up in what's going on. You know that it's coming. Oh, I know the Lord's returning. I do. But yet it's not present in our life.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where we think on it constantly. We think about, we're constantly looking. Are we looking for Him? Yeah, we'll sing a song. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we're looking for the Lord's return. We're watching. But how much are you watching? It's described, if you knew a thief was coming to break into your house, you would stay up and wait upon his arrival to stop him from breaking into your house, to protect what the Lord has given you, to sit there and be to disrupt what's about to take place. You sit and you watch, not blinking. How many of us are asleep most of the time? I'm not talking about sleeping at home. I'm not talking about bedtime sleep. I'm not talking about just rest. I'm talking about how much are we sleeping? Me a lot, I guess. Maybe this is why this has just been on my mind so much. 8 weeks. There was 8 weeks that was a blur for me. And in that, it shames me to say this, but in that, I was so concentrated on what I had going on that I would speak about the Lord, but it's not just the biggest, it didn't consume me like everything else consumed me. So easily we can be wrapped up in something. So easily. We say, oh, I know Brother Jesus preached that for years. I remember old brother so-and-so would come down. He preached a revival on chapter 24. Can I tell you, chapter 24 is fixing to be finished. Yeah. He said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and the hour knoweth no man, not even the angels in heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in those days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage, and until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other one left. One looks this way, looks back. It wasn't a priority until the first drop of water fell from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It was a joke. It was, you're an idiot, Noah. What are you doing this for, Noah? It's never rained before, Noah. Why are you doing this? You're spending all this time. You ever heard that? Why do you put so much effort into that? Why do you go to church every church service? Why do you pray? Why do you limit yourself from what the world has to offer? Why do you not do the things? Why do you do all these things? It was not a concern until the first drop of water hit the ground. Then, all of a sudden, there was chaos. He'd been telling them 100-something years, hey, this is happening. He'd been out there every day. Boom, boom, cut. People walking by. People walking by. No doubt I believe Noah would tell them, hey, God said, there's a flood coming. There's a flood coming. You're crazy. You're crazy. When the first drop of water fell, guess where Noah was already? He was already in the boat. The door was already sealed. You can't get ready at the last minute. He was already in the boat. And the Bible said God shut the door. When the drop of water fell, there was panic, chaos, running. Let me in! Let me in! But he couldn't open the door. It had already been shut. What do you think's going to happen when somebody is working it's upon us? Don't be asleep. Now I'm talking to myself. It's so close, it's scary. I feel like I fail and I stumble and I feel like the closer we get, church, we need to be praying for each other. Because it's just going to turn it on a little more, turn it on a little more, turn it on a little more. We can't wait until we see it. See the eastern sky split. That's too late. The door had already been shut. The door will already be shut. And that takes place. But he said, he's even at the door. But I'll tell you when it won't be, when it's predicted. But I'll tell you when it is going to be, very soon. Very soon. Anybody got anything? We got 5 seconds. And we're going. All right, all of you will gather an altar, go forward in prayer, and pray for our lost people. All of them.